Hey everybody, clearing. This is going to be a divine love check-in. So here we go. Just gonna dive right in. Shuffle. Welcome you all, twins, divine feminines, divine masculines. And thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest and most beneficial information coming through. What is it that we can see and know today about the twins, about the connection? What's going on between the twins right now? What are they each working on in their heart of hearts? How do they feel for each other? What would they say to each other? They could say anything without fear today. And where is the connection going in the near future? I have to shuffle one more time. The deck didn't split properly. It's one of my cues. When the energy is just right, it cuts very nicely for me. There we go. And I'm just going to pull the clarifiers. One moment. So I just wanted to also remind everybody that I have reading specials on right now. $20 for 20 minutes and $40 for 45 minutes. Please do reach out through the Facebook link below if you'd like to get a session. All right, here we go. So what is the exact clarification that we need? As I felt into the energies preparing for today's reading, oh wow, so many things just fell on the floor. I'm gonna switch to a new deck. I felt a real no-nonsense kind of vibe tuning into the divine feminine energy, just that refreshing that's been happening lately, that is the total dropping of the codependency and really only wanting the connection if it is truly mutual and in the right timing, appropriate, and fully heart and soul centered. Divine feminines have, I feel, genuinely come into not wanting to convince the divine masculines to love them and are quite willing to pass if divine masculines are simply not ready. So the pressure is off in that sense, but I feel like the divine masculines might be picking up on that and putting the pressure on themselves. Okay, so here we go. Last shuffle. Nope, the deck's doing that strange thing, so bear with me one more time. I like to shuffle in front of you. Okay, I like this energy. Here we go. So what is the union space for the twins? Oh my goodness, the Tower. I just got the feeling we'd get the Tower again, but with this soul-based new beginning. So just that exact energy that I was talking about while shuffling. The divine feminines have decided that they want a complete foundational change. They do not want to convince the divine masculines of their love, do not want to have to persuade them. They want it to be a completely free will choice, and this is a major foundational change for the divine feminines. What this is doing energetically to the divine masculines is putting the ball completely in their court, because they know that it's no longer anything of a pressure from the divine feminines. Energetically, they can feel a total unconditionality, and this is rocking their world, because for many they feel that the divine feminines have released. But this is bringing in a passionate new beginning, new sexual beginning, new physical connection, new soul passion driven beginning, an authentic one that is no longer implied or imposed or based in any sort of fantastical wishful thinking. It truly has an opportunity to be absolutely free will from both sides. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Okay, so what are the divine masculines dealing with in their heart of hearts today? Seven of Cups, daydreaming about options. They are coming into knowing that they are the ones who are the wizards who can choose anything. They can manifest anything they put their mind to, anything they point at, they can achieve. They know this. And they are losing sleep about it because they know that it's up to them. Many times, the divine masculines, I'm hearing now, have made choices through people pleasing and assumptions, diverted their onus onto others, have pretended even to themselves that they were doing things with others in mind. But I'm hearing it has been a tactic so that they have held themselves back in subtle ways. Now that they truly know anything, absolutely anything is possible, something lately has reminded them that they have more free will, they have more ability than they have yet even recognized in themselves. They are losing sleep, but they are wrestling their own dragons, they're slaying their own dragons, and ready to take their lives to the next level. But there is an anxious, excited bigness to this energy because they've never quite sensed how unlimited life could be. I'm hearing the icing on the cake, the decadence, the lavishness, the overwhelming luxury that knowing the divine feminine could be part of their lives in reality brings. Ooh, la la. Okay, what is the divine feminine dealing with in her heart of hearts? Ooh, Empress in the reverse, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. So bit by bit, she is laying this new foundation in her life. We just talked about the union space being divine feminine's knowledge that she no longer wants to convince anybody of anything. She doesn't want to convince the divine masculine that she is this empress. If he doesn't see it, she's going to keep proving it to herself. In the reverse, cards often mean turning that energy inward, and that's how I'm using this card right now. With this Knight of Pentacles, this is the divine feminine making the steps in her 3D world to establish her empire, her life under her own terms, the way that she wants. She's fully activated and only building her foundation on those things that are truly in alignment with who she is. At her core, that is the queen of all queens. She knows exactly what she wants, and she is creating the life of her dreams. Also, master manifestation energy mirrored there with the twins. Okay, so how's divine masculine feeling for divine feminine in his heart? The Four of Cups in the reverse. So this is a card of understanding unrequited love from the past. He knows that there has been a reluctance to accept the love of the divine feminine. Look at this young boy with his arms closed saying, I'm not open, I'm not receptive to this magical, mystical love you have to offer. In the reverse, he's seeing the love. He's now knowing that it is an authentic choice. He's seeing it for what it was back then, I'm hearing, and really understanding that in some cases, the divine feminine was ahead of him as far as her readiness, I'm hearing her insistence, her pushiness, her relentlessness. In his mind, he thought that she was being silly at times, I'm hearing. But now he's starting to see that there were many, many opportunities to be more magical with it, that it wasn't so heavy, that it was, this is a mermaid in this card, that it was mystical, that it was otherworldly, and that's why he was frightened of it. And you notice he's a boy in this card, and so he felt not ready, he felt too young. Also, we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So now that he's seeing the love was more playful, mystical, magical than he imagined at the time, it felt too big, too mature for him. He's putting down the guard. The Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior card, but look at this. He's holding that one wand, the one wand in the union space. He now sees that he could embrace this. It is a real thing. It's not too far-fetched. It's not too fantastical. It actually is starting to make some sense and giving him that exhilaration, that knowledge that life is truly more magical than he ever gave himself credit for, or Divine Feminine credit for, or this reality credit for. I'm hearing it's like learning a brand new language for the Divine Masculines. They've come into that moon energy, the Divine Feminine intuitive energy, the realm of archetype and symbol and nuance and flavor. They've come alive to this stuff, and they are really, really getting it and seeing the value in it. Okay, so what is Divine Feminine feeling for Divine Masculine? Three of Wands. Didn't we see this card in the reverse recently for the Divine Masculines wanting to collaborate? So the Divine Feminines, oh, in the Star card, the Divine Feminines are really wanting to coordinate this destined love with Divine Masculines, but I'm hearing not putting too much effort into dreaming about what the connection could be if and when union fully arrives, but pulling the energy back into that focus of self. I'm hearing, what choice do I have right now? This is destiny and I have things to do. It will be in divine time when it's time, I'm hearing. The Three of Wands is, again, focused on providing those manifestations for self and knowing that everything in life is destined and that this twin flame journey would not have found Divine Feminine if she were not of it. And so just putting all of the intensity, the desire to push anything on the back burner and instead totally surrendering to letting it unfold naturally with 100% trust that it is going to come one day in divine timing is what I'm hearing there. Okay, so what would Divine Masculine say to Divine Feminine if he could say anything? Six of Coins in the reverse and the Page of Cups. I know that I can create any reality that I want to. I've had my eyes open to this, and you have been a big part in showing me the freedom, the unbridled freedom that can exist when you throw caution to the wind and you allow yourself to follow your heart without question. What a beautiful thing you have shown me. I know that I haven't been there giving you equal give and take, but I want to. I'm just trying to figure out how to make the changes in my life necessary. What I could even say right now that would make the difference. What would be the most meaningful in my life and in yours. I'm really looking at the value. I've been reconciling a lot of my beliefs lately. My children are so important to me, and to be honest, they are everything, so I've been holding back because of them and what people would think. But I'm seeing the ways that you do not contradict the love I have for them. And I'm craving you more and more. I'm working on this, and I don't want to feel pressure, but I just want you to know that I believe it could be possible to blend these worlds now. And I'm going to tell you about it when I feel more comfortable about that. I love you so much, and I know you're going to understand. I know you already understand. So I hope you feel me when I think of you. Oh, I'm starting to feel a little bit teary here. Some of the divine masculines are also saying you would do the same, divine feminine, in this situation. Oh. And I'm hearing a lot of things about how the divine masculines haven't communicated fully about this because they don't want to betray in any way. They only want to express their truth when it's appropriate. And until then, they don't want to lead anyone on. That's what I'm feeling there. But there truly is a magical, unlimited energy coming in today. All right, what would divine feminines say to divine masculines? Pardon me. Oh, the Ace of Swords in the reverse and the Death card in the reverse. So both of the twins had reversals. Okay. I know the communication is going to come in when it's time. And to be honest, it kind of feels comfortable. Sometimes I tell myself that I'm bored, that you're not reaching out more, talking to me more, planning more with me. I feel that energetically though, and I have to keep relying on those moments when we are connected, when I breathe, when I take a step back from wanting, craving, wishing, and just remind myself that I am still in the midst of a huge transformation in my life, and there are so many things every day that I could realistically do, and I am doing, to transform my life, to move my life in the right direction so that I'm ready for you when this connection can be focused on fully. And I know we're going to have communication, and I know we can rise above everything. I know there will be freedom. And so I am taking this as a time to clean up everything I need to in my life because I know it's coming. I feel it. And I appreciate the energy I feel at a distance. I love you so much. I've never questioned that. And I know that any distance is not in any way meant to be taken personally. Yeah, divine feminines. There's a little bit of a melancholy there, ever so slightly as well, because on one hand, the divine feminines want to say these things directly to the masculines, but they know that it doesn't ultimately matter if they say it to the divine masculines or not, because there is such a profound trust of the connection that they know it's almost like a given, it's unspoken, that the love is there regardless. But the divine feminines are very much waiting and hoping and wishing and looking forward, most of all, looking forward to when there can just be a gentle and peaceful and comfortable interchange without having to work these things out. Yeah, I'm really getting that profound feeling that the divine feminines understand, because it's been a journey, because it's taken a while, that they are continuing to hold space for the divine masculines to come onto the same page. And that there is a recognition that true love happens when and how it needs to. And again, not wanting to force anything. So there is a peace, regardless of any personal preferences, which you've got to know, divine masculines, that's there. And that does not indicate a flaw in your divine feminine. It indicates compatibility and desire and passion. Yeah, okay, so where is the connection going at this time? 5 of Pentacles in the reverse and the Knight of Wands. So yeah, passion building, this knowledge that even in separation, and I am getting for many twins, there is a quiet period or a necessary pause. There is a independent reconciliation of lives, of karma, of cleanup, of choices, and the passion is building. The passion is building. This is closing out. The gap is closing and the passion is building. Both twins want to rush in. and finalize these things that are keeping the separation, but I am truly feeling that it is independent work right now, and that each twin is equally progressive, equally focused on doing the things independently in their lives and being truly successful at it, so that union can come together appropriately and not blow apart again, I'm hearing. All right, so what is the Starseed Oracle for the Divine Feminines watching? I see a card flipped over. What is that? We have Temple of Meditation, Communion, Contemplation, and Higher Mind. Yeah, so Divine Feminines, you have that intuitive divine connection, the crown chakra, the third eye here, the telepathic connection with your masculine. So communion, have those telepathic conversations, meet your divine masculine there energetically. If there's anything that you want to work out, talk about, reach out with, go into that temple of meditation and contemplate together. Tap into the higher mind, that huge percentage of the brain that science doesn't know what it does. Utilize it. Connect with your divine masculine there. And trust that there's so much comfort, so much peace, so much knowing, so much love that you can access in that place. And what message do we have? Oh, and it's on the floor. One moment. Awakening to Source, soul confidence, reassurance, and source essence. Yeah, so this is that unbounded, unlimited magnitude that the divine masculines are stepping into as they come into how profoundly unlimited their choices really are, and how everything that they've thought has held them back or held the connection back from being appropriate. They're coming into the true connection with Source that says nothing is impossible. Absolutely nothing is impossible, because they have profound healing and soul confidence in themselves, in their divine feminine, in the connection, and in Source. Beautiful, amazing energy, divine masculines and divine feminines. Much love to you. See you tomorrow.